Hey, it's Simon and welcome back to Saas Fee. I'm here just above the mid-station of the Alpine Express in an area called Morenia. The aim for today is to show you a guide to this ski resort, so basically try and hit as many of the lifts and my favourite runs as possible, so that when you come out here you've got some sort of idea where to go. I used the Alpine Express to actually access the resort this morning. It makes the most sense because it's where a lot of the buses from the village and the local towns will drop people right at the bottom of it. However, my idea is to get away from the Alpine Express and go and have a look at some other places before later in the video heading up towards the glacier. Make sure you're watching all the way to the end, where I'll let you know my favourite area here in Saas Fee. It's a great place for getting away from everybody else, and it's a really enjoyable place to ski or snowboard. The first area that I'm going to take you to explore in Saas Fee is the Mitterkorn area. Now, to get there from the Alpine Express mid-station, you're just going to take Red Route 4A. This is going to be a short run, but it's going to take you to the base of the Mitterkorn drag lift, where you're going to be able to ride up and explore a really nice area of the resort. Okay, so the Mitterkorn drag lift is always a great place to start. If you go over to the right, it takes you back to Morenia and the main runs, but if you turn left off the lift, it brings you to this beautiful blue. Now, personally, I love hitting this blue in the afternoon, but let's go and see what it's like this morning. This blue is genuinely one of my favourite runs in the Saas Fee ski area, and if you haven't already seen it, it made my list of best blues in Saas Fee. That video is linked on screen. However, one of the things that I like to do is hit it in the afternoon. In the morning, when it's mostly in the shade, it can be a bit crusty and a bit nasty. So if you're going to head down there, blue number 8, try and make it in the afternoon. So that route is a short route and it leads you back down to the same pommel lift. However, there's a little route that cuts through the middle and a path that leads to the chairlift, and that is where we're heading now. Just a disclaimer that as you are leaving blue route number 8 to cross to the Morenia chairlift, you are going to have to cut across piste 4A. Now, this is a red route that people absolutely huck it down, so just make sure to check your left shoulder and be aware of any uphill traffic travelling towards you. However, once you're across, you just get onto this nice little cap track which leads you right around to the Morenia chairlift. So I'm at the top of the Morenia chair, which is 2,860 metres. This is actually one of my favourite parts of Saas Fee Ski Resort. Got some beautiful reds, a gorgeous blue number 4, which leads to the terrain park. But first of all, let's start on 6A. Okay, so in that last clip, I misspoke, and here I'm not taking piece 6A, but instead I'm taking route 5A Ice Crystal before linking up with route 6 Moraine. Now, both of these routes are beautiful red runs that link together to head back to the base of the Morenia chair, which actually passes over both of these runs. I'm a big fan of the pitch of both of these reds, and the fact that they head back to the chair mean they make for a great quick lap that you can repeat in really good conditions. Back at the top of the Morenia chair is another fantastic blue piste, blue number 4. Blue number 4 is one of my favourite pistes in Saas Fee, period. It's just a really cruisy lap that I think is enjoyable whether you're a beginner or whether you're looking to carve down it. Blue number 4 also leads to the Saas Fee terrain park, which is definitely worth checking out. Before I show you the whole of Blue Route 4, however, let's take a detour to Skiers Right and the Eggenerjoch T-Bar. Now, this T-Bar may be less popular than other areas of the Saas Fee ski resort, perhaps for its steep section towards the top. However, I still feel it warrants mentioning in this Saas Fee ski resort guide, as red run number 9 that shares its name with the T-Bar is brilliant and certainly deserves a lap or two. Consider heading to this area in the afternoon sun for slush laps, or after fresh snowfall where turns are less contested. Leaving red number 9, you rejoin blue number 4 in the cruisiest part of the lap. This area is amongst my favourites, and you can just really enjoy your turns in this part of the run. The route then splits and you have the choice. Stick with the piste on blue number 4 or twist and head for a lap through the terrain park. There is lots to explore out here in the Morenia area of Saas Fee. However, it's time to go and show you something different. So in front of me is the Morenia mid station where we started on the Alpine Express. I'm actually going to ride right down that to the bottom, and on the right hand side of the ski resort there is another big station, and we're going to start by taking the Platchen gondola. As with all ski areas, you will notice that the lower that I head in Saas Fee, the slushier the conditions. Well, that's not a surprise, but definitely a reminder that in Saas, staying high will guarantee you great snow if you don't enjoy these spring slush conditions. The Platchen gondola is nearly 2,000 metres in length and rises nearly 800 metres to an area that I've never really seen busy before. Despite having a blue listed on the piste map, this area is not really suited to beginners, as to access that blue you need to head down a pretty steep red. In fact, the blue is really only a mellower alternative to the real draw to this area, black route number 2, Garland. So if heading up to the Platchen, make sure you feel competent to do so. I love heading to this route if I want to escape the crowds in other parts of Saas Fee. And in the afternoon, in the spring, they were perfect for slushy runs back down to the resort with some exceptional views across to the village of Saas Fee. Back in the same building as the Platchen gondola, you will find this one, the Spielboden. You actually have to get in a lift, head downstairs, go around. It's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. This is a two-part gondola. You can get off at a mid-station where you can either ride down on beginner's runs, or you can transfer onto the Felskin, which will take you higher on the mountain. If you don't want to do either of those things, you can ride this gondola right to the top and access some really nice terrain over on the left-hand side of Saas Fee or right-hand side of the piste map. I'm going to transfer onto the Felskin because I want to head up to the Metro Alpin and the Glacier. The Felskin, perhaps best known for being in a Wham music video, links skiers back within reach of the Glacier via the Metro Alpin. Now, a short walk from the Felskin's top station through some pretty unique mountain tunnels take you to the Metro Alpin funicular, where you access Saas Fee's highest point at 3,500 metres. So whatever way you get up here to the top of the Glacier, it's a bit higgledy-piggledy. You're going to have to take a couple of lifts or gondolas, but it's worth it because when you're up here, what you're experiencing is some of the best quality snow in Europe consistently, because every day I've been up here, this place has felt the same. And to be able to have that reliability, especially at the time in the season that I'm filming this, it's well worth it. If you're planning to ski up on the Glacier, then you need to feel comfortable with two things: red runs and T-bar lifts. Now, if you're fine with both, you're going to have a great time with some exceptional piste to enjoy. Pretty much all of the routes on the Glacier are beautiful wide red pistes that keep their snow exceptionally well. What's not to like? Out here on the Saas Fee Glacier, you're going to find the best quality of snow, and that's going to be consistent not just throughout the day, the week, but the entire season. This place is where you want to come for guaranteed snow in early or late season. Yes, okay, you can go to Zermatt or other glaciers, but you can't do it for the cost of the Magic Pass here, which means that this has to be one of the premium options. Sitting just below the Glacier is this chairlift, the Langflue Cecil. This is the place to come for a well-earned rest, and this is why. So the chair that I'm on currently, it's not that long, it's quite slow, and it doesn't access that much new terrain here in Saas Fee. Not that you can't access in other ways anyway, but what it does have going for it are the views out across onto that glacier. It is absolutely stunning, and I think that just if you're wanting to rest your legs for 5 minutes, this is one of the best chairs that you can take in Saas Fee to get those views and a real close-up look at the glacier. Now, from the top of this lift, you can head down Route 11 onto 11B, a fantastic black route, Upper Spielboden. If you caught my recent video with fellow YouTuber and Magic Pass enthusiast Chasing Snow, we actually cut off here onto the itinerary Visa Pearl. However, if you decide to stick to the black route, you won't be disappointed, as this route is amongst the best in the resort of Saas Fee. Skiers and snowboarders looking for challenge will certainly want to head for a lap or more on Upper Spilboden, as this black is one of only 2 blacks listed on the Saas Fee piste map. I believe that Upper Spilboden is excellent for its combination of firstly being a challenging ski run, but also its fantastic views back down to the base area of Saas Fee village and across the valley towards Saas Grund. This black behind me is one of my favourites here in Saas Fee. You can actually cut to the right and get back on the Spilboden or the Langflu to go back up. However, for now, we're going to look at the lower part of the resort and the beginners areas before rounding up this video. So riding back down towards the base area, I've had a bit of an interesting thought. Is this the shortest black run in Europe? Hopefully some of you guys at home will be able to let me know that, but it is literally 1, 2, 3 piste poles. Anyway, let's check it out. That's it, the black is complete. I'm just going to finish up this video down here in the beginners area to let you know that there is terrain for never evers. You've got basically 2 drag lifts, one which serves the steeper slope over there, one that serves this mellower slope. It is a nice place to learn in Saas Fee, and yeah, if you are worried about coming here as a first timer, don't be. I probably wouldn't describe it as a beginner's resort. It's perfect for intermediates or advanced intermediates. The majority of the runs here are red. That was my guide to Saas Fee Ski Resort. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did find value in it, drop me a like down below, leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from. It's great to hear from you guys all the time. So thank you very much for your time watching the video, and I will see you very soon with another one. Thanks for watching.